something about Victory Day, May 9th, being the day that everyone celebrates the victory of the Soviet Union over Nazi Germany. Now, this is the national holiday celebrating that, the stopping of Hitler, the stopping of the Holocaust, etc., which has been tainted by two forces. First, by Putin. In a way, he compared the current, what's called denazification of Ukraine, compared that to the Soviet Union fighting Hitler, and the 26 million Soviets who lost their lives trying to stop the Nazi war machine. And then comparing that to this inter-imperialist conflict. I mean, that's just simply nonsense. This conflict could have been avoided, whereas stopping the Nazi war machine could not, because it had invaded the Soviet Union, as well as basically the rest of Europe. It's disgusting that Putin would actually compare the two, like say that they're both part of the same campaign. I mean, that's just simply nonsense. We shouldn't forget that Putin is anti-communist, although a lot of people too many people on the left seem to have actually forgotten that. They seem to think that just mindlessly cheering on multipolarity is a good thing. The other force that insulted this was the liberals, the Ukrainians who bought a ad space in downtown New York, in I believe it was Times Square, with the banner that said, it had Victory Day, May 9, Russian Victory Day, scratched out in such like Shame Day. Well, the stupidity of that is astounding, considering that it was being part of the Soviet Union, you were saved from fascists, the same people that are in a very large number not only fighting for the government, but are a part of the government as well. I'm sorry that bothered you so much. And it's disgusting that they would do that. Just try to erase the history of ending the Holocaust and trying to end the Nazi war machine and disrespecting the people who actually did it. If you want to criticize Putin for going to war, by all means, criticize him day and night. My problem is trying to erase the history of the Soviet Union trying to fight the Nazis. Now, some of the socialist patriots took exception to me making that sort of statement, saying that Putin shouldn't compare the denazification of Ukraine to the Soviet Union defeating the Nazis. And of course, in true PatSoc form, they made nonsense arguments, like saying, bro, you're literally just parroting a NATO position. Well, no, that's not really true, because you can be in the situation that we're in, that we're right for the right reason, or be in the NATO position right for the wrong reason with regards to this particular situation. I think it is a fair criticism that trying to compare the two is wrong. And even if NATO happens to agree, which is, by the way, completely hypocritical on their part. It's a complete hypocrisy. They care nothing for stopping Nazis. They put Nazi commanders into NATO, even to literally run the organization. So their words are completely hollow. So for you to complain, oh, it's the same position, that's to accept the NATO position as being valid, which it isn't, given its hypocrisy. But we do see that with the PatSocs, essentially cheering on anything Russian to the point of having no integrity whatsoever, and to the point of essentially abandoning the entire idea of dialectics, socialism, etc. But that's par for the course for them. We do need to keep in mind that while Ukraine is infested with Nazis, the Russian invasion of Ukraine is nothing more than an inter-imperialist conflict. This is the Eurasian fascists against the NATO fascists. And that's exactly what this is. while Putin has a right to be concerned about the country being surrounded by NATO, this doesn't make the Eurasian fascists the good guys. Try to understand dialectically, because if you're alleging to be a Marxist, then by all means you should be using dialectics. Unless, of course, you're a kind of socialist that is not tied to Marxism whatsoever, and would be a much more honest position for you to admit to being, which is why you're called patriotic socialist and not Marxist socialist or scientific socialist, because you seem to completely have abandoned the whole dialectics and science thing. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.